This is My Writing Diaries. I'm Bill Wong. Today we're going to be talking about artificial intelligence and writing. I'm going to talk about 4 things: a story, a news article, how to use artificial intelligence, and my opinion. First, here's my story. About a week ago, I started contacting libraries to reach out to them with emails. One of the lists I've received from one of the states, I can't remember, I think it was Oklahoma, consolidated the email and the telephone number. And my software couldn't manage that, so I needed to separate it out. What I did, it took me about 2 hours. I manually took the emails and the telephones and separated it out so my CRM software could send out an email. Then another state sent me a similar list. This time I asked ChatGPT to separate it out. It took it about a minute. Then I had to put it into a spreadsheet format for my software, and that took me another 5 or 10 minutes. It saved me about an hour and 45 minutes of work. I was intrigued. Then I saw an article about a Japanese author who had won a literary prize, yet she had used artificial intelligence. And let me read some of the article about it. The latest recipient of the prestigious Japanese Literary Prize was revealed that part of her novel was written with the help of artificial intelligence. The 33-year-old writer, Rei Kudan, won the prestigious Akutagawa Prize last week, and she told authors that a small portion of the book was lifted verbatim from ChatGPT. This is a novel writing by the full use of generative AI, Kudan said in her acceptance speech. Probably 5% of the whole text is written directly from generative AI. I would like to work well within them to express my creativity. What is interesting is that the award was not taken from her. The community seems to be accepting artificial intelligence. So I wanted to learn more about this. I took a series of classes on AI through LinkedIn. The classes taught me about ChatGPT and Midjourney, which is a text-to-image software. I'm only going to talk about ChatGPT today, which stands for Generative Pre-trained Transformer. The problem with all artificial intelligence software is that there's a few issues with the technology. One is called hallucinations. Artificial intelligence is like many people. They don't know what they don't know, and they make stuff up. Sometimes it might give you a reference or some information that is totally bogus and false. The second issue is something called staleness, where the information isn't as relevant. For example, the current version of ChatGPT is 3.5 and uses the information up through the year 2021. The other issues are data privacy and copyrights. Who owns the rights to material that is produced? And also, when I upload something to ChatGPT, it is taking some of my information. And the third one is prompt engineering. Prompt engineering is how to craft the prompt so you get the best output. That's what we're going to be talking about mostly today. Now, there's 4 parts of the writing experience: research, organizing, writing, and editing. I'm going to talk about each one of those, but first I want to talk about the parts of prompt engineering. Prompt engineering is made up of also 4 parts. Some people say 5, but I think it's 4. The character or persona. Number 2, the request that you're making, a sample, and your desired output. For example, if I'm looking for a job, I might go onto a job site and look at a description. I might look at a job and say, okay, what's the best type of resume I should craft for this job? My persona might be, you are, talking to ChatGPT, a human resource manager with 20 years of experience. That is my persona or character. Secondly, your request. Analyze. Thirdly, the sample. this resume. Next, the desired output. Analyze the top keywords for this job's description given my resume and tell me the matches. Whenever we write, writing is made up of 4 parts. It's research, structure, writing, and editing. I do a lot of editing. I have to go through 6 or 7 edits for it to get to a good level. The first part, the research. As I said, you want to craft your prompt so the artificial intelligence will give you the best output. So you might craft something when you're doing a research. Say you're writing a love story for a war that's taking place in the Middle East. You are a researcher at a prestigious university. Give 5 websites for wars that have taken place in the Middle East. Or another prompt that you might give is, you are a researcher at a prestigious university. Give the top 5 research articles for wars that have taken place in the Middle East in the last 10 years. Number 2, as far as structure. This is how to organize your novel. You might ask ChatGPT, you are a world-class novelist. How would you outline a novel for a love story that's taking place during a war in the Middle East? Thirdly, the writing. We'll talk about this more at the end. You are a best-selling author. What is the tone of the following text, and give me suggestions for improvement? Or, you are a best-selling author. What are the most important points of this text? Or, you are a best-selling author. What is the premise for this text? And give me 5 possible chapter titles for it. Finally, the editing part. You are a world-class copy editor. Rewrite the text in the style of Ernest Hemingway. Or, you are a world-class copy editor. Correct for misspellings, poor grammar, removing jargon, filler words, and stop words. Next, you are a world-class copy editor. Analyze the following text and make suggestions. How do I think about artificial intelligence? I think of artificial intelligence as a digital assistant. It is helping me. I think of it like technology in the cockpit of an airplane. Airplanes today can take off and land and remove many of the mundane tasks from the pilots and the co-pilots, so you are safer. It is like a calculator, as opposed to having to multiply 348 times 560 is 6,000, the calculator does it. It makes it easier for me. However, the pilot still needs to have the skills to land the plane. If something goes wrong, if there's a fire, if there's a gas leak, if there's an electrical outage. I believe every single author should still be able to write. How am I going to use artificial intelligence? I'm going to use it for research. I'm going to use it for organizing, to help me think about how to organize my project, give me some sections, maybe write it in 3-act play style. Also, I'm going to use it for editing, giving me insights of how I've written to correct for jargon and misspellings and poor grammar. I don't think I'm going to use it for writing. Books should be written by people. I am going to use artificial intelligence for research, organizing, editing, and some insight into my writing. I'm still going to be a writer. The writing process, for me, it's painful, but I learn from the pain. There's a lot of potential for evil using artificial intelligence. I hope that authors will use it in a positive way and they actually still write and author their novels and books. However, I know that there are going to be some people who are going to use it for bad purposes. Thank you very much. I hope to see you next time. Take care.